Hello and welcome to the QA Underground. In today's video we will go over a few approaches to scraping the app for image data. The three approaches we will be talking about today will be capturing a screenshot of each element on the page using the Python language, using a third-party tool to capture image data, as well as some additional browser methods and techniques you can use to capture image data using the browser directly. The first option we will talk about today is capturing a screenshot of each element on the page. To do this, we use a class called Data Collection. And inside that Data Collection class, we loop through the elements and capture an image of each element on the page. After we capture that image, we then store it into a data folder. Some caveats of this process is that you want to make sure that the quality of the images that you are screenshotting are very high, as the quality of the image will be important when consumed inside the CNN. Additionally, data prep will still need to be performed on the dataset. This can include image variants and splitting the data into categories. Now I want to walk through an example in code and then follow that with a demo. So the example code we have here is our data collection class. So starting from the top, we actually import the time library, and I'll talk about that more in a second. First thing we need to do is set up our query string. This allows us to help find the elements by XPath using that query string. The second thing we have set up is the data storage. This is the directory that the image data will be saved to. At the start of our data collection class, we actually initialize our driver because in this example we are using Selenium. Now we get to the gather images definition. At the top of the gather images definition, we set up our element list, which will use driver.findElements by XPath and pass the query string that we identified at the top. Then we have our element images dictionary. Now we simply loop through the element list that we've gathered from the page, and as we loop through that element images list, we take a screenshot and store that screenshot into our data storage directory. In between each loop, we actually do a sleep call. And the reason for that is for image quality, as sometimes when you run through this without a pause between each screenshot, it can cause screen tearing or lower image quality. Now let's take a look at a demo. The next approach we're going to talk about is how to capture image data via a third-party tool. And the third-party tool we're going to talk about today is ParseHub. The ParseHub tool allows you to capture image data using their client app. How you do this is the ParseHub app allows you to enter the URL, select the images you want, and extract the different types of data to an Excel form. You can then use this Excel file in coordination with Chrome plugins to download the image data via their image URLs. The caveat here is that not all image data on a website has image URLs, such as libraries or modules that are loaded at runtime. So you can see that there's an obvious downside to using this tool specifically for gathering image data. So the final few approaches we're going to talk about is using browser plugins and developer tools to gather your image data from a web page. And one plugin you can use for the Chrome browser is called Chrome's Image Downloader. The image downloader is easy to use and lightweight. To use, you just simply install the Chrome plugin, go to website, and open the plugin. The images are then displayed within the plugin and can be downloaded individually or as a complete set. The final approach we'll talk about is the most basic form of gathering image data, and that's using the browser developer tools. To do this, you simply review the network tab within the developer tools, filter by type, so PNG, JPEG, etc., and then download the images via the download URL. As you can see, this has the same issue with requiring a download URL to be able to download the images from the web page, and thus may not capture images that are loaded at runtime. I want to end this video with an important reminder, and that's regarding data prep. Although all these approaches do download image data from a website, you still need to perform data prep on your dataset. And that includes image variation, splitting the image data into categories, and also introducing negative data into your dataset. In today's video, we talked about several different approaches to scraping your website for image data. We talked about how we can capture a screenshot of each element on the page using code. We also talked about a third-party tool that we could use to scrape image data from a website, as well as a basic level of browser method techniques that you can use to also scrape a website for image data. In the future, we'll be doing a video that puts more focus of capturing a screenshot of an element using code via Python. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.